Welcome to Aunty K's, your favorite radical queer indigenous auntie, bringing you tarot every day. Hello and welcome to Aunty K's Tarot. So I am here today to do an update, and depending how succinctly I do it, because I have tried a few times, I will also go through the guidebook entry for the Empress and the Emperor. And you'll know by now, because I will have put it up on the screen, which option I ended up going for. Okay, so updates. I made this video last week, and then it took me a couple days to upload it. And then when I did, I immediately took it down because part of the Emperor's entry got cut off. So I'm glad I rewatched my own video, but after uploading, so then I immediately took it down. And so now some of the updates are, week old. And at this stage in the game, it's moving fast. Updates. Okay. Update 1. I am printing with drive-through carts. They will also handle the shipping, and so shipping on Kickstarter will occur after the Kickstarter campaign through them, and that will make it the most accurate. It's also going to be more economical than having them shipped to me in Canada and me paying those custom charges and then shipping them to you from Canada, with Canada's Post notoriously high shipping costs. So that's not going to happen. And drive-through cards prints in Kansas, and so for those of us in like so-called Canada, so-called US, so-called Mexico, that's pretty central. And then it will be overseas. For some people, the only overseas options are the only non-North American options, other than Greenland, are going to be the ones available through drive-through cards. In my last Kickstarter campaign, some people ordered internationally. Most of them worked it out with me and, had me shipped to someone they had in the US, and one of them had like a Karen moment over it. So that was hard. So this time, if you don't provide an address that drive-through card ships to, too bad. They won't care. The package that comes from drive-through cards, not the packaging. I don't know what that looks like yet. That will be another update. The package will be standard, smooth. I believe it's 320. I'll update that if I'm wrong, or to agree that I was right later. GSM cardstock. It comes in a tuck box, custom printed tuck box. It comes with a card that includes a QR code to a specific page on my website, where there will be a PDF and audio file of the guidebook. I said I would have the guidebook done by the end of July 31st. I only have the wands and the swords left to write. I think I will have it done by then. This is not like a how to read Tarot de Marseille guidebook. It's a booklet. It's not long and extensive. It will give you the flavor of the deck. And as always, I recommend a book about learning to read Marseille. Just like I would recommend that for RWS, and I did with my first deck. Okay. My first deck had a pretty good-sized guidebook, but it weren't actually very big. And this time, they're even a little bit smaller. And it's been interesting writing the pip cards because Tarot de Marseille does not paint a picture on the cards, nor with the words in the description. But I have written this in story format. So it has been really interesting to write the pips without my words creating an image that is anything, creating an image. And so I've been writing them as contemplations of, you know, what you see on the card, which is, you know, the element and florals, and in my case also a sky. So that's what I've done. And it's called Contemplations Under Clouds. Like I said, get a book. It's going to have a table of contents, but I've dispersed the quartz throughout these contemplations to be able to create a story by using characters without illustrating the words of the pips. Stretch goals. Drive-through cards has this minimalist but quality standard without the bells and whistles aesthetic that I really relate to. This limits, since they're doing shipping, which reduces overall shipping and cost, folks. This reduces the cost in shipping. It reduces the cost in the product. It means like add-ons like stickers and postcards and things. It's complicated. So my first stretch goal will be probably a mini deck. After I finish the guidebook, so in the beginning of August, I'm going to see if I can fit these cards in a good, nice way onto their mini deck. If so, mini deck. The first stretch goal will add it as an add-on. The second stretch goal will make it something you can order on your own. And that's just because I don't want my campaign to like have some huge dramatic drop. It probably wouldn't have, I don't know, maybe it would, by a bunch of people being like, oh no, maybe now I only want the mini deck. So I need to do that sort of carefully, I think. I printed myself a couple t-shirts at Sticker Mule because I like the idea of t-shirts, but I'm struggling to reconcile my view of extra consumption with a method of providing those at work. I've been discussing it on my Discord if you want to join in the conversation. You can join my Discord without Patreon, and you can tip me through PayPal or Linktree if you enjoy being on my Discord. Okay, so we're sort of having a discussion here of how I would do it, because my job is a tarot reader on the hotlines. My hobby is art. Some of my like extracurricular activities are TarotTube, and you know, my Discord. So figuring out how I'd provide t-shirts is tricky because I don't want to open up an Etsy shop and have, something that isn't my hobby take over my hobby and my job. Especially since I know damn well it's not going to pay as well as my job. And I know if like the whole merch thing even pays as well as, folks saying, hey, I like your art enough to back it on Kickstarter and get me a copy of your cool new deck too. So that's my struggle in figuring that out. And I hope folks can respect that. And if you have suggestions that can maybe figure out respecting that, then I'm totally interested. And I think that's all the updates without me rambling. So let's read these entries for the Marseille Prendre Vie, 3, the Empress, and 4, the Emperor. 3, the Empress. It's a growing season in farm country as you head out for berry picking when you are drawn to talk with the Empress. Why not? Last night you sat at the feet of a popess or perhaps a shaman. Turns out the Empress loves the fresh green growth and comes to charge their tools and life force with nature's earthly abundance, and nothing will keep them from it. The Empress tells you that even an Empress is connected to this energy. After all, it is still their role, even today, to ensure an heir in the circle of life. Their knees are spread open to this powerful energy of growth. The Empress insists that even under their husband's beliefs, they still find this energy. And while the Emperor may not understand that, the chair the Emperor bought them gets the Empress back to this earthly life force connection. The Empress tells you that a disease took their mobility when their Emperor first arrived. Their mother believes it was a pollution in the Earth's life force. The Empress cherishes all the gifts they've received. You can almost see a crown the way the Empress glows. 4, the Emperor. As you walk away with the Empress, you stop and turn back to see the Emperor. He's seated in nearly the same place. Casual in his pricey hipster clothes, he surveys the land by where you came to pick berries. The bright red crossbeam of the survey equipment hits you in the eyes as it sits over the land. The Emperor's shield speaks to his rule. His trendy toque reminds you of ancient warrior helmets as you take in the full awareness of the Emperor's expanding domain. That fence gate may as well be a throne. Physically, the Emperor looks as approachable as the Empress, but the Emperor's physical body language tells you they are intent on their tools, the crossbeam scanning the land, their helmet head and that shiny shield always by their side. You're certain the eagle design on the shield, or one like it, once belonged to someone else, much like this land you both stand on. A bird of honor for some, an empire to others. Certainly, the Emperor's attention will bring much wealth and stability to the area.